Hi, welcome to my channel, Janelle the Enchantress. And today's pick a card is, what compliments do people give you behind your back? So, we're going to take a few deep breaths, decide which pile fits you best, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Pile 1. This is your reading on what compliments do you receive behind your back. So, Pile 1. People compliment you on your overall healing abilities. There's something very soulful about you. And when people are in your presence, they feel deeply connected to not only your soul, but you bring them back to themselves. You have this way about you where you're able to help people come back down to earth. You're able to help people tap into more grounded energy, especially people who overthink, especially people who tend to ruminate and overanalyze. They're constantly scanning. When they're in your presence, they feel relaxed. They feel as if there's a safe space for them to be at ease, to be calm. People also compliment you on how healthy you are. People also compliment you on your body. And I'm also getting your mental health. Overall, physically and mentally, you come across as very put together. You all could have special healing abilities and skills that other people have witnessed, and so they compliment this behind your back. I'm picking up an energy of a green witch. So a lot of you all could be in herbs. You could also be into farming for some of you all. Gardening, vegetables, eating clean, water. Some of you all know how to tap into the water beneath the ground. I don't know, I'm not familiar with that, but that's what's coming through. It's like you have this ability to bring old school traditions and practices back to the present day. There's some type of traditions or secrets you know about living a well-rounded, a complete, a healthy life that you take action on when other people don't know about this information, or they've long forgotten it, or they don't know how to implement it in present day. You do. And so people compliment you on this. Groundwater or something like that. Like, I'm also picking up this energy where you know how to implement past traditions with present day technology or present day practices in order to be successful. So with this energy that I'm picking up on of water, lots of water in your pile. You could also be a Cancer, Scorpio, or what's the other one? Cancer, Scorpio, or... Which is weird, because why am I forgetting that? You must only be a Cancer or a Scorpio energies in this pile. You know what? Spirit is actually telling me that you are the opposite of being in Piscean energy. Because overall, again, you're very grounded. And that's the thing. People compliment you on this because you help them push forward. You help them actually get up off of the ASS. You actually help them get up on their 2 feet by the things that you say. And honestly, it's not just the things that you say, but the things that you do. And a lot of times it's not even personal contact between you two. It's just them watching you live within your purpose, or watching you exhibit certain skills that you have, sharing the different abilities that you're gifted with, people thinking about your past or present successes that gives them the confidence that with time and practice, they too can be successful. And so you help people come out of maladaptive practices and behaviors. Especially, I'm picking up on maladaptive, and I hope I'm saying that right, but maladaptive daydreaming. A lot of bringing them back to present and helping them understand like the gift that the present is. And there's something about you helping them recognize things that have been hidden from their consciousness. Certain behaviors, certain actions that they take in interacting with other people, or that they've adapted over time that they may not be consciously aware of. You have this ability to show people this within themselves just through you exhibiting behaviors of loving yourself, just through you exhibiting behaviors of trusting yourself, of tapping into your own intuition, tapping into your own inner voice. You show people how they're not doing that, how they're oblivious to their real reality, or to their true reality, who they really are, the actions that they're really taking, or the actions that they're really not taking. I'm picking up on the energy of people who think that they're successful, people who think that they're accomplishing goals, people who think that there's nothing wrong with their behavior, and you show them that, oh, maybe I do need to do some more self-reflecting. Maybe I do need to analyze my behavior. Maybe I do need to recognize how to bring my dreams into reality, because right now I'm just living within the dream. People also compliment you on your ability to be successful in multiple avenues. So you can have your hands in a lot of different pots and they're all boiling. You also have a way of connecting with different communities, which allows you to be even more successful because you're able to branch out and collaborate and work with a larger audience, a larger group of people. You're able to get opportunities that other people wouldn't or couldn't because they don't have the ability to coexist and to collaborate with people from different backgrounds or people who think differently. Yeah, I'm hearing shared fundamentals. That's the thing. Because you're so down to earth, you can see and understand the basics of life, the basics of humanity. And so you move with that type of awareness. You connect with people based on that foundation. And this is able to catapult you into success a lot faster than your peers. Yeah, people look at you as the King of Pentacles. Very, very successful. People look at you as a leader, somebody who inspires them to push forward. You could be a business owner or somebody in management. And if you're not, people see that you're well on your way. Like you're quickly stepping into that role. And so with that, Pal One, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in a personal reading or joining the membership. That information is down below. And so until next time, goodbye. Hi, Pal 2. This is your reading on what compliments do people give you behind your back. So, Pal 2, overall, people compliment you on your patience and your ability to stand strong and to deal with betrayal. People who have gone against you, people who have seen you taken off, people who have seen what you're capable of, people who have tried to block your progress or limit your progress by gossiping about you, spreading lies, spreading rumors, changing the way people see you, or spreading these false narratives that aren't even a true depiction of who you really are. And it's simply out of envy, out of jealousy, or feeling left behind by you. And so I'm getting that for a long time, you had a dark cloud over you or surrounding you because of this negativity from groups of people that you used to interact with, whether this is friends, family, or coworkers. For some of you all, I'm getting all three. I'm getting, you are the it girl. Because this many people would not sit around gossiping about you if there wasn't something special about you, if there wasn't a light within you. Dirty. Like, people give you compliments for dealing with people who really tend to rely on dirty tactics, just very underhanded. And a lot of you all could have dealt with this since you were in your 20s, maybe even younger than that, teenage years. But you know what I'm getting? For those of you all, which you should be over 18 if you're on my channel. So if you're in your 20s or above, I'm picking up that like these lies of deceit were being woven in your teenage years. And it's like the more you developed, the faster you took off, the more people tried to trap you with lies. At one point, they were lying to you, and then they started lying to other people when they realized that the false narratives that they were telling you about yourself wasn't stopping you from going after what you wanted and what you needed for yourself. Yeah, people really compliment you for dealing with this drama and rising above it. Like, not letting it drain all of your energy. Because people are like, how? How are you so patient through all of this drama? And you didn't allow it to completely deplete you. Like, even if you had to take a step back, even if you had to slow down, you still didn't allow yourself to be 100% exploited. You still didn't allow yourself to be 100% drained. You may have taken a pause or you may have redirected, but it didn't stop your flow. It did not stop where you were headed. And a lot of you all have even monetized your pain. And not in a way where you're exploiting yourself, but in a way that you're just sharing what you went through, or you're just telling your story. So some of you all could be, I don't know who this is in this collective, but somebody is writing a book. Whether you know it or not, you're either working on it now or you're going to be inspired to write it one day. Somebody in this pile could be becoming a reality star, a reality TV star, but you're going to be that reality TV star that actually is a light within the franchise, or you actually share your trials and tribulations and you inspire other people. I haven't kept up with this show, but when I did catch a glimpse of it, I'm being reminded of Rennie. I think her name is Rennie Rucci off of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And so she seems like the TV personality that has brought healing activities onto that franchise. She shared her story about her mother, about her family, and she seems to be at peace instead of encouraging drama. So that's another thing. You could be somebody who, again, if this is not a situation that you've gone through in the past, in the present, you could have friends or you could have family members or, again, co-workers who are always in drama, who are always gossiping, who are always going back and forth, who are always seeking attention instead of getting the help they need. And people compliment you on being able to protect your energy even if you have to, or even if you are in their presence. But a lot of you all have made changes, heavy changes, to separate yourself from these type of people or these groups of people. You've made the necessary sacrifices and you've done the work in order to be able to elevate yourself from these circles, from these groups. You have definitely walked away from this group or these groups of people or just these types of people, and people really compliment you on this courage and strength that you had to do it, because people know that it took a lot of patience for you to build up this strength to separate yourself, to start anew. With this Queen of Wands, I'm getting like a self-starter. Because it's like, if everybody that you know is operating on this lower energetic frequency, and you recognize that that's not the way you want to live your life, or you recognize that you don't operate on that energetic level, you don't operate at that frequency, so there's a disconnect. It takes a lot of courage to be able to rebuild on your own outside of the network and the groups that you're born into, or that laid the foundation for the rest of your life. Because instead of staying within the mentality of your environment, you rose above it. So I'm being channeled an example, and this doesn't have to necessarily resonate with everyone, but apply it or flip it to your scenario. So I'm being reminded of children who are born into certain neighborhoods or certain environments where they are exploited, or the average person is exploited around them, or it's normal to gossip, it's normal to spread rumors, it's normal to betray others, it's normal to I'm also hearing give backhanded compliments, so essentially be fake towards other people. This is all initially because this is what you're born into. But you chose to do what was right. You recognize like, oh, I don't like to operate at that frequency. You recognize like, oh, I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want my relationships to be based on this type of exploitation or this type of gossiping or this type of treatment. And you completely restructured your life. People are bewildered about how you were able to stand strong in the face of all of that and become who you wanted to be, not who your environment dictated you would be. And so with that, Pal 2, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading or joining the membership, that information is down below. Until next time, goodbye. Hi, Pal 3. This is your reading on what compliments do people give you behind your back. So, Pal 3, this is my pal of divine feminines. Hey, hi, how are you? And 3 keeps showing up in your spread. So, definitely check out 333 for additional messages. But what people compliment you on is the divinity of you and how you just walk in that energy and how you show up and you help people recognize what that means, what it means to be a true queen. I'm getting. You have a lot of self-respect and people compliment you on this. And you don't have to say anything. It's just the actions that you take. It's just the things that you do not put up with that allows people to recognize how much self-respect that you have. Because there are certain things that people say and there are certain things that people do that you will speak out against. Other people recognize like, oh, there's a stark difference between me and Pal 3 because I accept this as being okay or I normalize this, but Pal 3 has a lot of self-respect because they speak up. They let it be known that that is not okay, or they let it be known that they are uncomfortable. Yes, you have no problem with saying that something makes you uncomfortable or something is not up to your standards. And this inspires other people to do the same for themselves. But you do it in a way where it's still kind. You're still positive. You exhibit thoughtfulness in your speech. So when you bring certain things to others' attention, it's not in a way where people see you as being careless or see you as being dramatic or a diva. It's more so from a space of you're just secure within who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you value. You understand where your morals and ethics lie. And if something is outside of that, then it just doesn't align with you. You're just not comfortable with it. And that's that. And people are just blown away by this. You have such a beautiful personality that people really appreciate. And it's like people compliment you on the fact that you have not only beauty, not only personality, but also intelligence. You also have emotional intelligence. You're also kind. Like, how does this happen? How does this work? And for a lot of you all, people can't even see the beauty on your outside because of the beauty from within. Like, this pal is really centered and focused on the beauty within you. And it's not to say that you are an attractive person or whatever the case may be. No, but it's just like people don't even focus on what you look like on the outside because of how much you bring to the table just from within. People also compliment you on your ability to relax. Again, if something is stressing you out or something is just, it's not given, you are still able to relax in those situations or in regards to those situations and just let it be known that no, it's not going to work for you, or no, it's not going to be a match for you. You don't let it stress you out. You don't get disgruntled about it. You just recognize, like, either we're going to be able to come to a compromise, either we're going to be able to have an agreement, or we're going to separate, or we're just going to put this to an end, or it's just not going to work. And, I'll pass this opportunity. Oh, I'll pass on this opportunity, or I'll wait for some new ships to come in because obviously this ain't it for me. Yeah. People see you as somebody who is just levels beyond what the average person is on. And it's not to put you on this false pedestal, but that's the compliments that people give you. Like, the way that you think, the way that you operate is at a different level than most people that they know. The stuff that you don't tolerate is what the average person they know would tolerate. The stuff that you say and the stuff that you do is outside of the norm, and meaning what's normal to them. Also, you look really great in blue. For some of you all, blue could be your favorite color. But blue is also related to the throat chakra. So people compliment you on your speech, your voice. You can have a very beautiful voice. Some of you all sing. Very soulful. Soulful energy is coming through all of these pals. But with you, pal 3, I'm also picking up on neo soul. You could sing neo soul music, or you could find inspiration from neo soul music. And people also talk about how abundant you are, but not necessarily monetarily. It's like you have this ability to attract everything that you need at all times, which is why you have no problem with putting things to an end, which is why you have no problem with recognizing what you should compromise on and what you shouldn't. Yeah, you don't live with a scarcity mindset. You also have very secure attachment. And for people who don't have secure attachment, you inspire them because you are an example of how to connect with people from a secure space. And again, with that singing, if it's not neo soul, it's something like Adele. Like, yes, soul, I think she still is known for soul music. Yes. Or that's just how people picture you. Like, people picture you sitting at home or relaxing, meditating, listening to soul music. But there are a lot of artists and musicians or people involved in the music industry in this pal. If you're not involved in the music industry, you just have a love of music. Somebody in this pal plays an instrument and people compliment you on that. But overall, pal 3, people love that when things need to be said or when you could also stand up for social justice. Whether you're an activist, I am picking up on activists in this pal, or you're just an ally or a supporter. Either way, you don't hesitate to defend not only your rights, but the rights of other people. And so people compliment you on just being so balanced within that energy. Like, not only are you beautiful on the outside, but inside, I just keep picking up on that energy. People compliment you on being more than a pretty face. People compliment you on not being afraid of getting your hands dirty, not being afraid to take action, not being afraid to put yourself out there, not being afraid to step out and stand up even when sometimes nobody else will. A lot of you all use your voice for change. Even if it's not through singing, it's through public speaking. And people really compliment you on this. And so with that, Pal 3, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye. Hi, Pal 4. This is your reading on what compliments do people give you behind your back. So, Pal 4, people compliment you on your timing. You have 3 cards about timing. Crunch time, time is at play, and celestial alignment, which I am being channeled to recognize that symbolizes divine timing. Divine timing is at play in your life at all times, and people understand it through looking at your journey, through looking at your life story. People are like, oh, that's what it means to work on divine timing. You recognize how to operate within the different seasons. So a lot of you all are very connected to not only nature, but I'm also getting the moon cycles. But with nature, I'm picking up that you recognize like, oh, in the beginning of your new personal year is when you're at your peak as far as your energetic level. So if you need to accomplish things during that time, or you want to start something up, that's a great time for you on a personal level, because that's when you are experiencing a personal new beginning. But you also recognize how to connect that to the collective energy. So you recognize that in the spring, that's a great time for things to begin blossoming. Just as during the summertime, you're full on enjoying what you've harvested. You are in a space where you reap what you've sowed. Then when it comes to fall, it's time to plant new seed. And then by the time winter gets here, you relax, you rest. And people compliment you on being able to operate on that standard of time instead of operating based on what society tells you to do. You're very much so in this space where, regardless of what other people think should be a priority to you, or regardless of what other people say is the right time to do things, you do things in the time that's best for you, in the order that works for you. And some people are starting to recognize that that's why things seem to be so effortless for you. Like, people are recognizing that you move slower, or there's two contradicting energies. And that's what I'm picking up that people see within you. Because sometimes they feel like things are moving slow, or you're stagnant, or nothing is going on with you. And then out of nowhere, things just take off for you. Out of nowhere, you're in crunch time. Out of nowhere, I'm hearing double up. Out of nowhere, things start doubling up for you. And people are like, okay, how is this working out? How does PAL 4 go from stagnation, it appearing like everything is dried up or nothing is happening, nothing is going on, to all of a sudden reaching certain goals, achieving these accomplishments, receiving certain accolades? And it's like, okay, what's going on here? And so what I'm getting is, over time, because this is PAL 4, and I'm relating it to you advancing over each decade, or you advancing over each group of time. So it doesn't have to be decades, it could be over each month or each year. But steady by steady, people are recognizing this cycle at play with you. And so the ones who are intelligent enough to like analyze your patterns, I'm getting a lot of people analyze you or watch you. People are like, oh, PAL 4 is in alignment with divine timing. Ace of Swords, yes. Like, you have a clear idea, a clear perspective on what is important at the right time. And that's another thing people compliment you on. So if you're in a situation where things are chaotic, or you're in a situation where multiple things need your time and attention, you know how to prioritize. I'm also picking up on being very responsible. So you know how to say like, oh, I'm going to ignore that for right now and divert my attention to this because this is the priority. And because you know how to prioritize properly, you're able to advance steadily. In September, just started playing Dancing in September outside, and I was just about to say that I'm picking up on Virgo energy. So there's definitely a Virgo born in September in this PAL. Even if you're not born in September, you could have Virgo placements in your chart. We have the Knight of Wands. What else? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, like when other people are scattered, when other people are all over the place, when situations in your life seem as if they're unbalanced, you know the proper place and order. So a lot of you all are very organized. Even if you go through phases, because a lot of you all, again, I keep picking up on these different phases and these different cycles. Sometimes you can be in a phase where your life is chaotic, or your living space or your personal space or even your office space is messy. Things are all over the place. But people have watched you put the pieces back together. People have watched you regroup. And that's the thing. You know that when it's time to go ham, or when it's time to put the pedal to the metal, when it's time to muscle through, you don't have time to be worried about petty conversations. You don't have time to be worried about making sure that every little thing is in its right order, in its right place. At that moment, you need to get X, Y, and Z done. Like, I'm being reminded of people that I've come across, and it's like the priority is to meet this deadline, or right now things are falling apart around everybody and they're worried about, did you put this item in the right drawer? They're making sure that, fresh flowers are put on the table, and they're like, did you remember that? And it's like, I'm trying to work. This is just an example. The problem or the chaos could be whether or not you're going to be able to afford rent, or whether or not you're going to be able to move last minute. And what needs to be focused on is working these extra hours, or what needs to be focused on is finding a new house. Bro, nobody has time to be focused on that right now. It's crunch time, and that's the energy that you know how to encompass. So people compliment you on that. Like, you have the ability to bring people back to what's important. You have the ability to remind people of what matters and what doesn't. You have the ability to cross-examine and explain what classifies as a need and what classifies as something you just want. What needs to be prioritized and what somebody can circle back on and pick up later. Also, people compliment you on your ability to pull off different colors. Some of you all wear really colorful makeup. Because now I'm picking up on like an eyeshadow palette. So this may be for one or two of you all. But the way that you work with colors is immaculate. No matter if you work with colors in your wardrobe, in your makeup, with your interior design, with your nails, it's bomb. And people really feel like you're the GOAT at whatever you do in incorporating it. People also compliment you on your ability to wear animal print. Very attractive, especially if you have a partner. Even if you don't have a partner, when you throw on that animal print, baby, you got he, she, they, whoever going crazy. People also compliment you on your ability to channel messages from the divine. Even if you don't recognize that you're doing it or not, you just have this way of telling people what they need to hear. And for a lot of you all, this makes people feel like they matter because you make people feel seen. Somebody in this pile likes goat milk. Somebody in this pile uses goat soap. And your skin looks amazing. People compliment you on that. Even if you don't use goat bar soap in particular, you use some type of natural organic products that are of high quality and your skin looks amazing. Also, people compliment you on your thread count or your sheets, your bedding. So if you've recently started hooking up with somebody, or even if you're in a relationship, or you could have had a family member come over and y'all are really close and they took a nap in your bed. Either way, or a friend even. Either way, whoever got a chance to experience napping in your bed, they feel like it feels so good. Like, you pick out the best sheets. Overall, Pal 4, I'm getting you all are great at quality. Your ability to pick out quality materials is just top notch. You very much invest in how can I get the best out of this product, this service, this opportunity. What is going to be the best use of your time, pal, for? There's a heavy energy of that. You're big on quality investments. Yeah, it's this thing where you know how to make the best choice for you at any given time on a whim. Like, you know whether or not something is worth spending more money on or saving. You know whether or not like something is worth your time, or if it's going to be like I'm getting something about sunken costs. Yeah, you understand how to evaluate situations that'll be a sunken cost. And people are like, there's no way that you're always on point with your decision making like this if it didn't come from spirit. You are really in alignment. And so with that, Pal 4, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in a personal reading or joining the membership. The information is down below in the description box. And until next time, goodbye.